Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm very excited today to introduce a new series of videos hidden gems. The point, I would like to show you some interesting games, very exciting games, I would rather say beautiful games that didn't get too much attention from chess websites or YouTube channels. Of course, there is a good chance that I missed something. It's impossible to follow all the chess sources, but well, at least it will be not easy to find. So as always, if you enjoy my work, guys, please subscribe, like, click notification button, and I would like very much to see your comments if you like my work and what do you think about this game. Now, also in the description, you can find my other work, whether it's my personal webpage, askavrukh.com, Chessable, courses, my books, and so on. Let's go. So the first game I would like to show you has been played in 2018, played in Russia, St. Petersburg, between Russian Grandmaster David Paravyan. During this game he had a rating 2630, his peak rating 2660 in 2021, current rating 2610, and he's playing against international master Savely Golubov. Well, during this game he got a rating 2470. Nowadays it's a little bit higher, 2484, so it's like really strong international master. So let's go with the game. The game started with Petrov defense, knight f3, knight f6, the main line, knight takes e5, d6, knight f3, knight a4, d4, of course there is a move knight c3, d5, bishop d3, the very main line. So black has choices, different systems, bishop e7, knight c6, and bishop d6. The move that has been quite popular recently, and it's really promises a fascinating play. Some really nice game of Jan Nepomniachtchi, who has been playing this line already through 2 candidate cycles. So it's appeared that there could be a very sharp play here with in some lines. Castle, castle, c4, white attacks the center, c6, queen b3. Well, there is another popular move in this position instead of queen b3, knight c3. So after queen b3, d takes c4, bishop c4, knight d7, normal move. Black continues his development, rook e1, knight f6, knight d2. So fighting against knight on e4, idea to eliminate this knight and to open up the position for white pieces, especially rook on e1, knight d2, bishop d2, queen b6. Black offers queen straight, which is obviously very favorable in this type of positions with isolated pawn. So definitely not an option for white because, well, that would be very easy for black. So David plays queen d3, very natural. And black goes for very risky queen b2 pawn grab. Now, you always have to be careful when you capture those kind of pawns, wing pawns. So this game is just another proof how dangerous it can be. Now, the best idea for black would have been bishop g4. Just continue development, knight a5, and just rook d8. So that's the best plan. Doesn't matter that the bishop, we give up the bishop, but the most important that black completes development and avoid something that happened in the game later, basically by trading white knight, if white decides to take on g4. So that was the best way. Now, after queen b2, David played rook b1, queen a3, and accurate move queen c2. So why he didn't play rook b3 with the tempo? So that could be a nice question. The problem that after queen a4, our bishop on c4 is stuck, and for example, if we play bishop g5, b5 is a very serious threat. So we'll have to spend time solving the problem of the bishop on c4. Obviously, b7, b5 is already a threat. Now, the quiet move queen c2, which is actually appeared to be very, very tricky, and knight d5, which appears to be decisive mistake already, and led to something like amazing what happened in the game. Now, black had to continue with b5, bishop b3, queen a6, trying to bring the queen back. The position still very risky, but computer somehow holds. So it's not end of the world here. Now, let's get back to the game. Knight d5 looks very natural. The pawn, isolated pawn, so the square in front of isolated pawn is crucial. So knight d5 blocks the bishop. There is a problem. King side a little bit vulnerable, especially when basically the only defender from f6 left its position. So please pause the video and think how white can start something interesting here. Maybe you can see the follow-up, you can see the ideas already after the first move. Now, first move, rook b3, attacking the queen. Now, another opportunity to play knight g5 is less clear. Black can play g6, and for example, after knight a4, there is bishop a5 resource, so seems more or less okay here. Now, instead, we got in this position first of all, move rook b3, queen a4. Now, eliminating the potential defender so that knight is not going back to f6, cd5. And now, once again, guys, I would suggest you pause the video. So what's going on here? Those who already figure out the follow-up, obviously you can continue, but for some people it might be a new position. How to develop something interesting for white in this position. So there are not so many resources, to be honest, so knight g5 has to be played. Now, we are threatening mate on h7. Also, potentially, white is looking for possibility to bring his b3 rook into the attack, so it could be h3, g3 squares, and so on. Now, g6, after knight g5, g6 was played in the game. Now, I would like to mention that f5 runs into similar idea. We can take knight h7, and it appears that knight is untouchable because rook h3 wins the queen, so discovered attack with check. Black continued g6, very natural. So how to continue after g6? Again, please pause the video. Do you see the tactics? Now, the solution is knight h7, as we know the idea already. I mentioned rook h3, so knight is untouchable, but black prepared bishop f5. With tempo, developing the piece. Now, guys, can you think how to continue the attack here? And of course, this is something that has to be already covered when you think about move knight h7. Of course, you know, you need to see king h7 doesn't work, but you should take into consideration bishop f5. Now, in this position, knight f6 check comes with the tempo. It's obviously really nice. King g7. Now, and again, I would love to ask you how to continue here. Now, again, when you see knight f6, maybe you see knight h5 check here, but another puzzle. Please pause the video. Can you spot something interesting in this position? What is happening here? Surprisingly, white has another blow, bishop h6 check. Now, once again, it goes without saying that king h6 runs into a rook h3 and we win the queen. This is the easiest line. Now, king h8 also not a serious move, because then our pieces are not really hanging. Not only that we can continue just attack, let's say move the queen, but we can actually play bishop f8, because bishop c2 runs into this beautiful mate, rook h3. So, of course, in this position after king h6, crucial king f6. And what's the follow-up? Again, let's pause the video. Let's try to spot the idea. Now, those who found, let's say, move queen d2, I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a second choice of computer. Black is in big trouble. It's still very powerful attack. At least we can play bishop e4, blocking the e-file, so prevents queen g5 mate. But after rook b7, white has a decisive attack, but it's still a game. So we have a better solution. It appears that we shouldn't move the queen, and there is this amazing resource g4. The point is very obvious. After bishop g4, once again, our old tactical idea, discovery on the queen, rook f3 check comes into play, wins the queen. That's easy. Now, what happens if we play bishop c2? It's actually mate in speaking technically 3 moves because there is bishop f4, bishop f5, but the point is this: bishop f5, g5. So it's a mating net. Incredible position. Like, you don't see these kind of positions every day. Now bishop f4, rook f4 doesn't change anything. It's the same. Well, suddenly black plays bishop f4. The counter blow, credit to black player Savelli. Bishop f4, it might be really shocking development, but white again has a fantastic solution here. Again, guys, please pause the video and try to find the move which kind of like decided the game for David. So there is an amazing queen c7 sacrifice. Well, semi-sacrifice, because queen is untouchable, but how to find this move? So that's pretty obvious, that bishop c7 runs into mate in 1 after g5. Now bishop h6 has been played in the game. Let's say if black plays just some move like rook e8, we have another beauty here. We can go queen d6. There are other moves that are winning as well, but this is really nice. Queen d6, again queen is untouchable. Incredibly, the same story like bishop c7, g5 mate, rook e6. Then we can take on a4, king e7, and rook b7. So it's even, we don't need to rush with bishop b7, rook b7, and then eventually we are mating here. Queen b8 mate is coming, so the game is over. Now in the game, bishop h6 was played, and of course it's very important when you play queen c7, you need to see the follow-up, which is queen e5, king g5. And now that's pretty easy, but still, let's pause the video, let's train a little bit. Can you find a forced mate here? So it's still, we still shouldn't relax. After all, we are 2 pieces down. And the most convincing, I believe, the move that David played, h4. There is also rook g3. It's a very nice, quiet move. But h4, king takes h4, rook h3. Rook obviously untouchable, mate in 1. Therefore, king g5 was played in the game. And after queen e7, actually black resigned, decided not to play off the board move f6, which after queen e3, king g4, queen g3 leads to mate in 3. Now let's talk about other solution. Let's say king g4, that's mate in 1 with queen h4. So guys, that's the game. I personally only recently discovered this game. I mean, it's understandable, I'm not really playing this line, but you know, this game deserves a lot of attention, a lot of reward for white player. I think it's like just amazing attack with some extremely beautiful moves. Played in 2018, so it's already, I don't believe anyone will cover this since it's been 6 years. I think, so that's the final position of the game after queen e7, black resigned. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed my first video, and I'm planning to do more stuff with this series besides my regular stuff with the openings. As always, please leave comments. Maybe you would suggest some games. I would be actually very excited to have this kind of like collaboration with you guys. Now, any comments appreciated, and hope you enjoy, and I'll see you on my next videos. Thanks for watching.